Hello, hello, and good evening. Yes, I've been absent for a few weeks. I've not been feeling particularly well. Uh, uh, I won't bore you with all the symptoms and whatnot, but nevertheless, nevertheless, I'm feeling a lot better now. Here, enjoying a pipe full of rum flake in that Peterson's Rathbone, which I recently had refurbished. I had it reamed and then new stem put on it. I don't like the P-lip stem on a big pipe. I've got some small pipes with the P-lips, which are very nice because they seem to I can get a good hold of them. But with a bigger pipe, you need I think a bit more stem to get hold of, and a P-lip doesn't tend to do that. So anyway, yeah. So I've been pootling around. Haven't seen the professor for a couple of weeks now. He's well though. We'll be coming to you Thursday for a snuff and beer uh, video, I should think. What I've been up to? Well, I've been trying to smoke. I had about 4 jars of tobacco, half full all of them. Kept opening a packet here, a tin there, and I just thought, right, I'm going to smoke my way through what I've got open now, and then I'm going to start again. Because overwhelmed, not probably be the right word, but well, that was my new mobile phone. I got one of those BlackBerry things, and after some tense moments and hair pulling frustration and so on, I actually managed to link it up to my email and things like that, which was a miracle. Because I'm not very technically minded. Those of you remember my out of sync videos, I never did get around to actually fixing that. So anyway, yeah, so I got fed up with all this tobacco flying around the place and thought, right, I'm going to have to smoke this. The stuff in tins I don't mind, I don't get, not funny about that, but I just thought everything that's open in jars and open tins and things must be smoked. So I've been working my way through that, and I'm down to my last 2 jars. One which has got about I don't know about about an ounce in there, and this one which has got probably about an ounce and a half or something like that. So yeah, so I've been doing that. Been snoozing as well. Um, Now I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, and I apologise in advance for that. But I hope I get. I hope I'm close to right. It's if I just can I don't know whether you can see that. Göteborg, and I'd say Rappe. Um, I don't know though. Quite nice. We've got a distinctive flavour. It's loose snus, so it comes like that. I don't know whether you can see that. I've got snus all over my desk. Sorry. Quite pleasant. Um, I've got I had a bit of a disaster. My fridge freezer decided to give up the ghost, and so I've got a new one. But unfortunately, all my frozen snus and dip and things like that had to kind of the dip didn't survive the transition between the two fridges and the freezer and the next freezer that came after it. So, but the snooze seems to have survived intact, which is good news. Um, yeah, using the little lights tool there for that, it's much easier for me, being a unidexter. Um, but it's a nice snooze, so I quite enjoyed it. It's, as I say, got a distinct flavour. Hard to put my finger on it. It tastes like Göteborger Rappe, if that's the right way to pronounce it. Hopefully somebody will correct me if I've got it wrong. Um, yeah, very nice. What come to, I buy stuff and end up giving them to Paul, usually the professor, or trying them myself. I have been getting stuck into some Queen's. Oh, nearly took the lid off. Queen's Extra Strong, which is quite nice because you have a belt of nicotine. if that's what you're after. Um, but I bought some known as Raneth, which is made by the, and again I might get this wrong. If you were saying in English, you'd say Villiger, but I think it's probably Williger because it's the V would probably come out as the W sound in English, if you see what I mean. But it's a new brand. I've not seen them before. You might have had them on the continent for a while. They're in these awful leather suspense, the awful. There we go. That's whiskey, and that one's Cuban tobacco flavour. Villiger and Sons cigar manufacturers, founded 1888, so they're making snuff now. It's they're both very nice actually. The whiskey's got a hint of menthol in it. Now they do this because what happens is you get a shot of menthol as you take the pinch, and then the flavour, the whiskey, emerges from the menthol, and it helps to accentuate the flavour. And it's I'm not well. I like whiskey. Don't get me wrong. I do like whiskey, but it's okay. It's not. Sometimes added toppings to tobacco and snuff and things like that are rather artificial and rather overpowering. In this case, they've actually done a half reasonable job, and it's quite nice. The Cuban tobacco flavour snuff is not unpleasant either. It's a plain tobacco snuff, and sometimes with the drier plain tobacco ones, the high dry toast and so on, it gets a bit the flavour's a bit metallic. I think it's the only way I can describe it. However, this one is quite rich still. It's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Never mind. Anyway, so a couple of other ones I bought. Big tin of Royal George. The Royal George was just as a matter of interest, if anybody's interested. Royal George was the name of a ship in the Royal Navy, HMS Royal George. They've named a snuff after it. It's a perfume snuff, by the way. I don't quite, well, who knows. Yeah, so the Royal George, very nice perfume snuff. I don't go that much for perfume snuffs, to be honest with you. I find some of them a little too much like snorting talcum powder, and they lack subtlety. But the old Royal George, this is the reason I like it. It reminds me, in the little village I was brought up in, they've moved the library now to where the old school was, but before that we had a little library, and it reminds me of the smell of this library. Why, I don't know. Perhaps the librarian was a heavy snuff taker and there was particulates all in the atmosphere of the library, but who knows. Yeah, so I quite like it. Yeah, so finally, just bought a small tin of apricot. It was one of the first, the first snuff I ever tried was Hedges L260, which I still love very much. It's a wonderful menthol snuff, a prince among snuffs. I thought that would happen. One match left. But I can remember when I discovered that there was more than just one snuff in the world and got a decent tobacconist. It was one of the first ones I tried was apricot, and it's a nice subtle flavouring of apricots. As I say, not some of these aromatics can be kind of overpowering. And just too much, but Wilson's of Sharrow, apricot, all in the right proportion, perfect, lovely snuff. So anywho, I'm as I say, on the mend now. I've not been feeling much like doing videos because I've not been feeling very well. For those people I've getting stuff off to, due to not feeling well, I haven't. I have, however, got my act together today and will be getting things in the post maybe tomorrow or Monday. So I'll let you know as soon as things are on their way to you. Apologising, of course, for the lengthy delay in doing so, but as I say, I've not been on 100% top form. Anyway, nice to see you all again. Look forward to watching your videos, catching up on that. That's the other thing I've fallen way behind on, is watching other people's videos, but we'll be doing so today, tomorrow and the next day, and so on. So anyway, British Beard Club t-shirt, by the way, if you're interested, free membership, and we have international members if you're a bearded gentleman, or lady for that matter. Do go online and join. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers. Nico, say hello then. Hey? What's this? Not really interested. Having a little snooze. What's wrong then? There we go. Not interested? No? You're not interested? No? No, obviously not. Yeah. Oh, that was a big burp. Okay, mate. There we go. You have to appear, else people get upset.